Hello and welcome to History of Dragon Ball. Today we have spoilers and big ones for chapter 83 of the Dragon Ball Super Manga. So it has been a while since I looked at any of the mangas, obviously because I took a few months away from making videos for this channel. I believe it was actually chapter 75 the last time, so we're a good way through the year since that happened. But today we had some spoilers for the summary of chapter 83, and this really does make some major changes to one of the characters from Dragon Ball, so I thought it'd be really fun to go over. And perhaps you can let me know if these are videos you would like to see more of again, or if I should leave the manga stuff just to the side. But anyway, let's get into it, as on Twitter we've been lucky enough to get a summary for the chapter that will be officially out tomorrow. So I'm going to go through all of what the summary says, and then just have a quick minute to talk about it, but at that point I'd really love to know everything that you guys think. So, let's get into it. Starting from the beginning, the chapter is called Bardock vs. Gas 2. Not the most original title, but it is what it is. So, Gas creates a mace to continue attacking Bardock. Monaito begs Bardock to leave him and Granolah to their fate and save himself. Bardock refuses to do it. Gas tells Bardock that even if he runs away, Saiyans don't have much time left, at least that's what Elec told him. Bardock gets angry and tells Gas that they are the one with no future. He then shoots a key ball at Gas. Gas dodges it and attacks Bardock with his mace. Bardock stops it with his arms, but he is seriously damaged. Bardock grabs the mace and throws Gas away from the area, then tells Monaito and Granolah to leave. Bardock, this is my battle and you're in the middle. Gas is tired of Bardock's annoying attacks, so he decides to unleash his instincts a bit and change his form, but doesn't quite reach his 100% form that we've previously seen yet. Monaito goes to his house and takes out the two Dragon Balls. Although it is forbidden to use them for their own sake, Monaito believes that using them for someone else from another planet is okay. Bardock is upset about fighting someone who can change his fighting power. Gas tells him that his power doesn't work like that exactly. Gas tells Bardock that he must give up, but Bardock says no. Bardock is happy to be able to fight against someone strong. Gas and Bardock continue exchanging attacks. In the distance we can see Trombo, the dragon that Monaito has summoned. Monaito asks the dragon to send Bardock back to his home planet. Trombo contacts with Bardock and tells him that he is going to send him to planet Vegeta at request of Monaito. Bardock doesn't know what is happening or who is talking to him. Trombo explains that he is a dragon that grants wishes. Gas wonders who Bardock is talking to, and then he sees the dragon in the distance. Trombo tells Monaito that Bardock has refused his wish. We see Bardock saying that Saiyans do not run away from their enemies even if they are going to die. Bardock and Gas are still fighting. Monaito speaks telepathically with Bardock and asks him to leave the planet because Bardock can help others as he's done with him. Bardock refuses again. He's not going to leave until he defeats Gas. Monaito then asks Bardock if he has another wish since he wants to help him no matter what. Bardock wonders if Monaito is going to ask the wish to a shooting star. He hasn't seen the dragon yet. Bardock, well then, yeah. May my sons grow up well. I wish them well. Elec, Maki and Oil are watching the explosions from the fight between Bardock and Gas. Suddenly they see a light in the distance that goes up into the sky and then splits into two. They wonder what it is since the light appears in the area where the Namekian's house is. Oil makes a wish. Maki tells him this is not a shooting star. Elec says for them not to worry about that and to go to Frieza's ship since it won't take long for him to arrive. Monaito looks at the sky while the Dragon Balls leave. He then looks at Granolah, who is still asleep. Monaito, wishes should be used to give hope to the future. Selfish wishes only bring ruin. I almost made a big mistake. Now I must focus on protecting that hope. Gas hits Bardock with some key balls. Bardock defends himself, but in the end he falls to the ground very tired. Gas approaches him and grabs his tail. Then he shakes Bardock and finally rips his tail off by force. Gas, you could no longer transform into a giant ape. Gas creates a spear with his powers and throws it to Bardock, but Monaito gets in the way and the spear goes through Monaito's shoulder. Monaito, I'm sorry about what I did before. I've decided that I must protect Granolah by myself. Gas enrages and unleashes his instincts 100%. Gas attacks both violently. Monaito crashes into some rocks. Gas grabs Bardock's neck and tells him that now he no longer has the Namekian to protect him. He also tells Bardock that he will find the kid and kill him. Bardock laughs and tells Gas that he shouldn't decide things without counting on the others. He won't die until he defeats Gas. Bardock creates a large key ball in his hand and makes it explode. Gas lets go. Bardock then starts attacking Gas repeatedly. It seems that Bardock has regained his strength. Gas asks Bardock why he keeps fighting if he cannot win, if he does it to repair his sins. Bardock says no. Gas then asks Bardock if he does it for revenge. Bardock says no again. Gas is furious and asks Bardock for an answer. Then he attacks Bardock. Bardock: of course that's obvious. When you're in a fight to the death, what kind of an idiot thinks about anything but winning? An aura covers Bardock's body. Then he stops Gas's punch easily. Then Bardock punches Gas hard in the stomach. Bardock: the only reason I fight is to see if I can beat the other standing against me. That is all I care about. Gas wonders what is going on. How is it possible that Bardock has become stronger if the Saiyans have no other way to do it than transforming into giant apes? Bardock: perhaps you don't know. When we push past our limits, we often evolve, we Saiyans. Bardock keeps attacking Gas. Alec watches the fight from the distance. Bardock charges a key ball in his hand. It will be his last attack. He then throws it at Gas, who fully takes the attack. Gas falls to the ground unconscious. He has returned to his normal form. Bardock also falls to the ground, exhausted. Alec approaches his brother, looks at him, and says that he should train more. As Alec is about to pick Gas up to leave, he sees that Bardock is still alive. Bardock asks Alec if they are Frieza's allies. Alec laughs and asks Bardock if he knows what Frieza really has in mind. Alec: you Saiyans are lucky. A meteor could fall upon your heads. Bardock doesn't know what he is talking about. Alec tells Bardock that now he has heard it, he must die, and shoots Bardock with a gun. The shot goes through Bardock's right arm, then Bardock falls off a cliff into a forest. Alec is going to finish Bardock off, but Maki calls him and tells Alec that Frieza's ship has arrived. Alec shoots several times to the area where Bardock has fallen and leaves with Gas, since Bardock was so badly injured that he will die even if Alec doesn't kill him now. Monaito arrives at where Bardock is and begins to heal him, although he is also injured. Both of them and Granolah have survived. Monaito: you have won, Bardock. In the last panel, we see that Bardock's scouter turns off, a sign that Alec has gone far enough that scouters can no longer detect him. The end note: all you need is determination to win. So that was an interesting one. It's all flashback in this one. We got nothing of Granolah, Vegeta and Goku. It's all just about Bardock. And here they really did retcon a couple of big things. So now both of the special episode of Bardock or the Bardock movie, either way, the seeing into the future or just that hunch that Frieza's doing something wrong, they are now gone. Bardock has now learnt this off Alec. Alec is the one who warns him that Frieza is planning to destroy the Saiyans. So I actually quite like this. I feel that Bardock just having a hunch or, seeing into the future, not necessarily the best things for just a, at this point, standard warrior of the Saiyan race. I think by giving him a heads up from someone else who is probably quite close to Frieza in a way, or at least knows Frieza's plans quite well, is a better way to go about it. But what do you all think? Do you think that's a good or a bad thing? Personally, I'm on the better fence. But now if we quickly go back through a few things as well, we'll just have a quick look at some of these spoilers. So one thing as well that I will address is that I've seen some people write how it is stupid that Bardock can even come close to matching Gas. But to be fair, at this point, this is a good 40 odd years before Gas's fight with Goku. So at that point, he can definitely train more. Alec even says to him, you need to train more. So at this point, Gas is probably pretty weak compared to that point. And again, do not forget, there was a wish to make him the strongest being in the universe. That kind of changes everything anyway. So the fact that Bardock can actually match up to Gas at this point, there's no issue there for me. Now we have the whole bit with the wish, and this is probably the biggest talking point from the chapter. Now, Bardock obviously gets the choice if he wants to be sent back, just like Goku did after the fight with Frieza, when he said, no, I kind of want to train away, stay away from Earth for a bit, and then come back. Bardock has the same choice, and obviously, as a Saiyan, he's not going to run away from his battle. But what is the wish that actually ends up happening? Yes, Bardock does say he wishes his sons will grow up well. What exactly does this mean? Is there a wish behind all of Goku's luck? And it's not just Goku either, it's sons. This does include Raditz. maybe the dragon unlocked a little bit of potential in both Goku and Raditz, but because Raditz was kind of held down and suppressed as the minion of Vegeta and Nappa, he never really got to tap into that himself, whereas the way Goku lived his life, always pushing himself with a loving upbringing, he actually had the opportunity to really push on to become the fighter that we all know Goku as. This could be a way the dragon did it. Maybe in another way also thinking it like when the Great Guru unlocked a bit of Gohan's and Krillin's potential, or with the old Kai unlocking some of Gohan's potential. It could just be something along these kind of lines, a certain magic in a way that just helps these people be boosted up and become slightly more powerful than perhaps they might have been before. At least that's a rough idea from me, because the other part as well could be that the wish is actually what keeps Bardock alive. Maybe the idea is that the dragon can see what Frieza's plans are. So what does he do? He makes sure Bardock survives so he can get home to get his kids off world, thereby giving them the chance to grow up well. So although not directly taking them and teleporting them to a safe planet, just giving them that choice, because at the end of the day, Frieza wipes out all of planet Vegeta, yet somehow both of Bardock's sons survive this. That's quite a big thing, and perhaps it could make sense that a dragon's intervention helped this happen. So really, at the end of all this, perhaps it is the dragon that gives him that quick power-up, lets him have that one powerful attack that knocks gas out, or maybe the wish does the opposite and kind of weakens gas, and that's just all of Bardock's power, and he just gives him that opportunity. But this is really what I'd like to know from all of you. Do you see this as the dragon directly affected Bardock? Did Bardock just have that ultimate push and somehow manage to pull something from deep within, like we know Goku has been able to do at times? So maybe Bardock could as well. Were you hoping that maybe we would actually get a glimpse of Bardock turning Super Saiyan just for a moment to defeat Gas? Because that doesn't appear to have happened, so it looks like it's something that they have avoided. Really, just let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below. But then as for everything after that, it's not the most eventful of chapters. Alec really has the chance to just kill Bardock when he could. He shoots him in the arm for some reason and then doesn't follow it up, which is always a bad idea. Unless you see the dead body, realistically they're probably going to survive. It's just something that needs to be done so that Bardock can make it off the planet. But really, at the end of the day, I'm just interested to get back to the present timeline at this point. I want to see us get close to the conclusion of what's going to happen. I really want to see how everything's going to pan out, what they're going to do with Granolah in the future. Is he perhaps going to feel so guilty about his powers that he might wish for his old strength to be restored so he's not just some ultimate really strong good guy? Because almost at this point, with obviously Goku, Vegeta, then bringing in people like Broly as well, we're starting to gain a lot of very, very powerful beings, and you kind of wonder what you're going to do with them all. But hey, that might just be me. Some of you might have great ideas, and the writers themselves might have even better ideas of how this is all going to come together. But yeah, this is really just an off-the-cuff reading things and reacting to it as I see them kind of video. Let me know if you like it, let me know if you don't. I'd love to do these for every chapter, but again, if you'd rather see me create other videos, then I will do that as well. So really, at this point, I'm just going to leave this rambly video here and say a massive thank you to you all if you have watched this till the end, and I will see you next time on History of Dragon Ball.